Santorum. It seems like President Obama is only comfortable with crony capitalism. He's not really comfortable with the marketplace in general, as you can see with favoring General Electric with the green credits and Solyndra and some of the, I think it's Light Squared.
And the labor unions with the GM bailout?
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. Very comfortable with the crony capitalism. What would you do to end crony capitalism and yet at the same time foster a general economic recovery plan for the country where all businesses, all individuals, all people have opportunity to thrive and to grow the country and their own personal fortunes?
That's a great question. To me, if I have to, there's a contrast with me versus the other candidates in this race. I was against the Wall Street debt. I did not believe that. I won't mention who was for it, other than it was a governor from Massachusetts and a congressman from Georgia. And there have been lots of different governors and lots of different congressmen in Georgia, so you can figure out who that is. But they were for it, and I was against it at the time, and said that even if I believed that this would avert an economic crisis, a great economic crisis, it was still the wrong thing to do. Why? Because it set a huge and harmful precedent of the government's intervention into the marketplace in such a significant way, of picking winners and losers. The Bush administration should and is faulted for doing it. For bailing out Bear Stearns and letting Lehman Brothers crash, horrible public policy. And then following with now this uncertainty that's created with a bailout of everybody else. You couldn't have done it worse, in my opinion. And unfortunately, our presidential candidate, as well as the current president, signed off, which in my opinion was one of the reasons we didn't win that election, because we didn't stand for our principles. And I believe in constructive capitalism. I also believe in destructive capitalism. That you pay the consequences of your bad decisions. That's how you don't make bad decisions in the future. Let me talk also about cronyism. There was a survey done in America, and I can't remember the journal I saw this, and there was a survey done in America about what makes you successful. What are the personal attributes that make you successful? Now, if you were answering that question, what personal attributes would be a key to success in America?
Fedoras.
Sweater vest, yes, that's your... Not today, unfortunately. Risk. Persistence. Creativity. Courage. Integrity. How about work? Intelligence. Okay? These are all exactly that's what Americans believe in. If you work, if you take risks, if you're courageous, if you have good ideas, if you have good education, all these things, you can succeed in America. They asked this among several European countries. In Western Europe. What was the #1 answer? This is not Family Feud, just so I'm not putting one side. So, the #1 answer. Who do you know in government? Who do you know in business? All about cronyism. Because that's the way they operate. President Obama, I mean, this just fits because this is his vision for America. You want to see America after the Obama administration is through? Just travel around, just read up on Greece, read up on Portugal, read up on France. That's America. That's what he believes we should be like. That's better. Why? Because everybody's sort of fair. There's, government is really controlling everything. Big corporations, big government, big labor sort of run things. The smart people. Make sure that everybody's taken care of. That's his view of the world. And on this issue, I'm clean when it comes to the contrast and be able to create that clear contrast between two fundamentally different visions. Bottom up, not government health care, not bailouts, not cap and trade, not these big things where government takes over sectors of the economy, not Dodd-Frank, although we also agree on Dodd-Frank. But those are the kinds of things that I think create the clear contrast that can be advantageous for us as a party. Next.